Before we start today's episode, I'd like to go ahead and take a minute to appreciate this field. This is a freshly seeded oat field, and well, to be quite honest, it's probably looking at its best. You see, along with the rain and the sun, the seeds will grow, but there's not just oat seeds in here, there's also weed seeds. So this could be a very weedy field. We could have another drought and the oats will burn. We can get too much rain and the oats will fall. But right now, it is perfect. Pretty darn cool, huh? Still works. Could probably use a sharpening though, but that is not why we're here. Now, everything is in flower. The fruit trees, well, the apples are in full bloom. The crab apples are in full bloom. The pears have bloomed, and then that has passed. The cherries, and also the hawthorns. And why am I making a video about this? Well, hawthorns they're tricky. This is our hawthorn plantation. It's, as you can tell, it's well established. This actual plantation is based on a hawthorn grove in a botanical garden just up the St. Lawrence from us. So we saw the way they were planted tightly in together to make one large canopy, and we kind of like that, so we mimicked that here. I find it works well. It takes up less space, and honestly, there is so much surface area and so many flowers that we don't need to plant them further apart, and they do well here like this. They I don't know, it's worked, as you can see. Now, what's the big deal with these hawthorns? Well, hawthorns, I don't know if this is just our hawthorns or hawthorns in general, but they only flower every 2 years. And as you can see, they are just starting to bloom right now. So this is the second year. Last year we had no flowers. So we need to pick as much of these as possible because we do sell them. We do dry them and sell them for our herbal tea market. So we need to pick as much of these. We basically need to pick, well, obviously 2 years worth of product in this 1 year. And it gets a little tricky. Because hawthorn is a very delicate flower. Usually when these bloom, we don't have much time at all. It's measured in days. The first rain will usually just knock all the petals off, and then the season's done. So we usually have to rush with the weather and get as much as we can before the rain, and they are blooming very fast. These are fully open. This morning, they looked more like this. And I was not planning on doing this today. I came down to the machine shed to look at some machinery, and I smelled the hawthorns. They have a very distinct smell, and I was like, okay, it's time, because tomorrow it's gonna rain all day, thunder showers possibly, so I don't want to risk. Now, because they're just opening today, there's a chance that they will last the wind and the rain, but I don't want to take that chance because, like I said, every 2 years, so I want to get as much of this in as possible. You see, along with the flowers, we also harvest the berries, and we dry those as well for use in herbal teas. And usually what happens is, like I said, every 2 years, this entire grove is in flower, so we go nuts and try to pick as much flowers as possible. And we usually go up on ladders and whatnot as high as we can reach. And just when we think we can't reach any higher, and we've picked all the flowers on the bottom, we just decide to call it a day, and we leave the top for the pollinators and to go to berries. And later on in the year, when we start to get some orders for the Hawthorn berries, well, we're left with nothing but what's up in the canopy. So then it becomes a little more complicated. We start to get the tractors out and do some sketchy stuff like go up in the cherry picker. But luckily, at the moment, now I know I'm probably just jinxing this, but we don't sell too many Hawthorn berries. The flowers do quite well, and the berries, it's just like a few select clients, a few select stores that take them. So right now I'm okay with that. We will have enough. We don't pick the trees clean. We always obviously leave some flowers to go full, and we'll get enough berries with that if we need to refresh from previous year's harvests, which we probably will. But so like I said, for now it works out like this. If we start to get a market for the berries, well, then I'll have to come up with another plan, because planting more trees, which we have done, it takes a long time for them to grow. But I have enough here for a long time. So let's just get to picking this, because now I'm thinking like it's midday, like it's afternoon. The rain's coming tonight and tomorrow. We might lose some. I'm gonna stop yammering on here and let's just get to this. All right, so that's gonna be about it for the Hawthorn for today. We got a good amount, and I don't think the rain's gonna affect it too much. It's coming in stages, so I can see that there's a lot of buds that are just about to open. So good day of rain and some sun, and we'll be good to pick again in 2 days, and we're just gonna keep going as long as we can, but it won't even last a week. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put these on these drying racks, and I'm gonna set them over here in the dryer. Now, this dryer, there's a fan, a heater, and a dehumidifier. And the heater is on the bottom, and then the idea is that it'll cycle through and the fan will pull everything out the top. Because Hawthorn's a little sensitive to heat, I don't want them to dry too quickly. I'm putting them on the top shelves because I find in this dryer, especially at the end furthest away from the heater, is the point obviously where it gets the least amount of heat. And then what I'll do is I'll fill the bottom part with herbs that aren't so sensitive to heat. Like this chickweed that we harvested today. We have 4 trays of hawthorns. We got about the same in chickweed. Now that leaves the dryer only about half at capacity. And I mean, I've run it at half capacity before. Oh, never leave your scissors in the herb basket. That's a rookie mistake. Anyway, I've run it at half capacity before, but I don't like to because obviously it costs the same amount to heat this thing, whether it's empty or full. So what I'm gonna do is before the rain again, I have a bed of second-year-old mullein, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna get that right now. So what you see here is last year's mullein bed. Now, mullein is a biennial, and we do most of our harvesting in the first year. We always leave it over the winter because it will come back. In its second year, it shoots a stalk up the middle and flowers and produces seed, and that's when the leaves tend to shrink and become difficult to harvest. But in the spring, it allows you one last harvest of really nice leaves, and that's what we're doing now. Once that's done, this will be enough. This will be more than enough actually to fill the dryer. I'll turn the dryer on. We'll be running at full efficiency, which I like. And then after the rain, and when the sun comes out and dries up this field a little, I'm gonna flip this bed and we're gonna put Aztec marigold here because the Aztec marigold that we have, well, it's ready to be transplanted. It's more than ready to be transplanted, so it'll be good to get that out into the field. One less thing to water in the greenhouse. So I'm gonna get to this now. We do have more mullein that we seeded this year. I've already transplanted a bed, and we will be, we'll probably be putting some more somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe right beside here. I don't know. I don't know where the mullein's going yet. Anyway, that's it for the day. Oh my God, it's been a busy one. It's not even over. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get to this. I'll see you soon.